For those who aren't familiar with the podcast that we've done for Cult, the background that I have on now is one that I always had on when we were playing, and I kind of miss it. It's kind of
Still
sweet.
got
Yeah.
2 sessions left.
Yeah.
Are you talking to us or the general public?
I'm talking to the general public.
Oh crap, are we recording already?
Yeah.
Yes, Harry.
Well, we're live.
live.
We're live, Harry. We're live. I am recording as well, but this isn't necessarily going to be going on YouTube afterwards. I was about to ask you earlier, like, are you aware that we're live, Harry? You're bearing your soul there.
He didn't say anything too bad.
No. It's just...
It's okay, I'm an open book.
You are now.
I am. Yeah, my book just got extra circulation in the mobile library van.
All right.
Yeah, can't wait to read my memoirs where it's just like 100 pages of me being sad.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I feel,
Well, I'm
slightly
lucky
depressed now.
I'm lucky enough to have the kind of life and have the kind of career where being morbidly depressed is no barrier.
Isn't it a requirement sometimes?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If like, I've known some artists who were not tortured, but they were not that good.
Yeah.
This one time I was teaching a life drawing class, and I wasn't really thinking well.
Oh, we lost you.
Oh,
Harry?
I was just
Harry?
to entertain the people out. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, we lost you
Yep.
for a
We're
bit there.
Oh. Oh.
I fixed our map problem, so whenever we need a reference to the map, I'm just going to point.
Behind you.
Yeah,
Gosh,
right
sure is a good thing I
here.
didn't pick
That's about where we
the
are right
map.
now.
Okay.
And
Well, I can bring the map up whenever I want here as well, which I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
but
doing.
I can also.
Yeah, but I can do it too. Yeah.
I might have to duck sometimes.
Okay.
We're not just going south ever, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm given to understand you can have a lot more fun south of the border.
I almost went to Tijuana earlier this year.
You ever think that
That's-
maybe the
that's
US
the whole
is
story.
the Mexico of Canada?
Yeah.
If we were, that would be awesome, because having Mexico on our southern border is the best thing that ever happened to this country, especially gastronomically.
Oh yeah, you were saying how you'd made some, what was it, tamales?
So we had ordered tamales the other night, and then earlier I made some huevos revueltos con salsa verde.
Ooh,
Good.
salsa verde.
Good
It
tomatillo.
is the time of year for salsa verde, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's green. It's spring. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Salsa
that's
verde is
my
my
whole
favorite.
All right. So, just doing a couple of last minute things here. We can get going.
I watched one of these videos on YouTube, which was like it was a combination between a cooking video and a guy just does brewing salsa by very finely, very precisely mincing tomatoes and garlics and onions, and it was fascinating. And it
Sounds
made me
lovely.
absolutely desperate for salsa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That does not look good.
Is that an animation or is that just
It's a zoom background.
okay?
Oh, I want to see if I can get a fun zoom background now. Everything
Yeah.
Charlotte has, I've got to have the same.
This thing's doing something funny with my
Alrighty.
mouth.
So I've closed Twitch because I'm just trying to keep the number of windows I've got open down. How many people have we got watching at the moment, out of curiosity?
7. Oh.
It's 7 and 8.
8.
I
Are
have
we
7.
5 of them?
4. I'm not watching. I'm not watching. I don't think. So I won't be one of them. So yeah,
It's
another
it's
4
us and creative and Rotters. That's who we have.
We don't need anyone else.
No,
We're fine.
Astonata's here as well. I think.
Oh, that's right. Yep. I didn't forget you.
And then maybe a
Creative
learner.
trophy. Well,
Yeah.
but the funny. Oh no, I'm right here.
Atrophy. Creative atrophy. Yeah.
Yeah. He's creative now.
I don't see anybody else in the chat. Okay, that's cool. All right. So
Creative a trophy.
Yes.
I guess we'll leave it another couple of minutes just in case anybody else comes in. I'm kind of itching to get started.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get some of my players to come and jump on as well.
Harry, just a quick one.
Yeah.
The 2 times that you've said like recently that you've said something a little bit longer than just a couple of words, you've kind of been freezing.
Oh wow.
Oh
Wow, what in the
I
world is going
don't
on?
know what you've done, but it's terrifying.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what's going on here.
You've been
I've
possessed.
done something.
Is this what cult was like?
Yeah.
No.
It was
Seagull came in and typed on my keyboard. You laugh, but it's been a problem lately.
Seagulls.
Yes. They're all excited because the farmer near the edge of the village has been spreading a different kind of manure than usual.
Ooh,
The seagulls
exciting.
are all worked up. He's been using pig manure, which,
Oh.
believe me, you can tell the difference.
I live next to fields that use pig manure every 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, I know the smell. It's horrible.
Schweinkacke.
And a gula.
Yes, thank you, Eric.
That was my
Matt, can
best
you-
attempt at German.
Please tell him what it really is.
Well, the name of like I guess the equivalent is slurry is gula. So you would
Okay.
say gula, and
Schweingula.
if it's pig, you would say Schweinegula.
Oh. Yeah, learn something new every day.
How much? Gula sounds so much worse than slurry.
Gula.
But slurry does not sound good.
Sometimes you want to eat a slurry. Wait.
Oh.
I mean,
And gula, it sounds a bit like the sound of it going down. Gula.
yeah, nice. Yeah,
Well played.
I made one of my favorite things to do with leftovers in the fridge is make what I call nutrient slurry,
Oh,
which is
doesn't sound appeasing.
it's all the green vegetables that are nearly ready to go in the bin, and some potatoes in a soup.
Okay, so like a green smoothie.
It's nutritious
And that's about all you can say about it.
and it's viscous. And those are
We should recategorize this into a comedy stream. Just
maybe.
keep the ship 2 hours.
Right.
All right, it's. Oh god, I just need to wait a minute. I'm
Yeah.
itching.
Okay.
Bouncing.
Need to be serious. We're
Let's
gonna
start the intro.
die.
Eric, do you have a green background on?
No, this is the Zoom background that Charlotte just instructed me how to create.
I will ask Charlotte later for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to show you some pictures of some weird stuff I took photos of.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
A slideshow of
No, it
strange
would.
things.
It would.
Oh wait.
All right.
I need to remind myself
Right.
how to roll dice.
We're gonna go
No, we're
live.
good.
We're gonna go
Yep.
live. All right.
But we are live.
Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone who has come to watch live. We've been live for about 20 minutes now. Just was getting some of the last minute things sorted here on Twitch, which is the first time I'm streaming here. So bear with us if there's any if there are any technical issues. We'll get it sorted fairly quickly. Charlotte is really good at Twitch. She's been doing it a lot lately, so thankfully she's here. So if I have any issues or something goes kind of pear-shaped, she's around to stop me from panicking, getting a heart attack. Okay, so here we are, episode 2 of Forbidden Lands on Three Skulls Tavern, and we're going to be picking up straight from where we left off in episode 1. I'll give a very, very quick recap for those of you who haven't watched it since last time. basically, looking at the screen right now, you can see this red breadcrumb trail. This is where the party traveled in the last episode. We're going to continue doing this breadcrumb trail across the entire map as we go, and we can kind of like look at the map, zoom out, look at the like everywhere they've gone in the Forbidden Lands as we kind of do this campaign. But for now, obviously they've not gone super far. Just dipped into this forest here. The reason they're traveling is because when they met Arlek at the beginning of the campaign, Arlek had been was a member of a caravan that had been attacked by some Saurians. Saurians being effectively lizard people, and these Saurians had not killed everyone. They'd killed one of his caravan members. He had hidden in the forest, and hidden, but was going after his donkey, and then had kind of come back too late to kind of get slaughtered himself or get taken. So the party have been trailing this group of Saurians, trying to see where they've gone, and have ended up in the forest where we can see their token right now. And we ended it at the last session with it was Kai and Kark creeping up on a small, I wouldn't say a lake, it was like a pond in a clearing in the forest. They saw a campfire that had recently been doused, and Kai had passed his scouting roll enough to hear something creeping up on his right-hand side. And then had just as we were finishing, he had looked to his right and seen a Saurian poking its head around a tree. And that's where we are right now. So, any questions from anybody before we get straight into it?
No, really.
No.
Okay. So the first thing before we get into combat is I want to ask what's happening with Lyria and Arlek, who are currently can't really see what's happening there. I would say probably about... how far away do you think you are right now? I'd say probably something like 20 meters or so back from where we
that's
are.
it.
Maybe a little bit
All
more.
right.
I don't know. Oh, if you're thinking... all right. Is that it? Okay, so you're 100 yards back.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that we were like around 100 to 200
Okay.
meters.
We'll go with 100. We'll go with 100 meters then.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, what were you thinking, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, so they snuck ahead of us. I don't feel like they've been gone very long. But
We
yeah,
also
I mean,
have the
haven't.
animals, so keeping them a little bit further back from where they're
Yeah.
trying to sneak to may have been wise.
that's true. Yeah. I'm good with like
yeah, that
100
rings
meters or
Okay.
so.
You're
Yeah.
you're also in the forest. You're not on the outskirts of the forest. You're in the forest. So 100 meters back in relatively thick forest means that you can't really see anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You're waiting
Yeah.
for a signal of some kind, and you're with the animals. Are you planning on tying them up? Basically, tell me what you're doing during this time.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so like Arlek, he has the rope, and I think that he'd be ready with a hobble if he needs it. Just kind of like standard
Yeah.
procedure. He's pretty good with animals, so yeah. I imagine he has a hobble ready, but
Okay.
he'll only put it on if he thinks he needs it.
Okay. And what about Lyria?
Well, I would not be doing much during that time. I'd be kind of relaxing and sitting around, talking to Arlek a little bit, getting to know him a little bit better,
Okay.
which some may see as a little out of character, but I haven't had a chance to get rid of him yet, so he might be around for a while.
Okay, you might need him later.
Yeah, everybody has their use.
Especially bags of blood.
You know what? I feel that I've got a bad rap for being a blood sorceress.
Yeah, I mean, so to like add like context to that, like I feel like our like sort of attitude toward Lyria is sort of a bit suspicious because she looks like a frailer, and sort of in like his society that would be viewed as suspicious in itself because of like the connections with like frailers and magic. So he's just kind of like I don't know. So like he'll be polite in his way, but I don't feel like he's giving up a whole lot.
Okay.
What did you just say? Did you say frailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dipping into the lore there.
So, what is
there's-
a frailer?
There are
for those who are
there are
familiar?
basically two different types of half-elves in this setting. Half-elves who grow up in human with their human parent, effectively, and half-elves who grow up with their within elven society, more or less. And the ones that grow up with humans are called frailers, and the ones who grow up with elves, I'm just trying to look it up because I've forgotten.
Yeah, it goes back to like the hostages. I mean, this is
I'll
probably
find it.
more lore than we need, but yeah.
It is, yeah. I can't. Yeah. Do you remember what they're called? The opposite of frailers.
The Elven Spring.
Elven Spring. Thank you. Yeah. And we'd kind of talked about it before, and you had said that you were Elven Spring, but based on your backstory, we're kind of just. I think this is going to a part of the lore that we're not really going to be touching on. We might even be changing slightly, because you grew up in a human village, so for all intents and purposes, you're a frailer. I mean,
Or at least you look like it to me.
Yeah, and there's no
Right.
real physical difference between that really either. It's more a case of like how you perceive the world around you, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it too much. I can give you some of the lore later if you want to look into it a bit more. Okay, so the two of you are kind of chatting, just kind of ready to peg the animals down to go help out if you get the signal or anything. Okay, so for the other two, we're going. In fact, for everyone, we're going. No. Are we gonna do initiative for everyone, or just the two that are in? We'll do just the two that are in.
I think we should do it
combat.
for everyone.
Okay. Yep. Then we just.
Although we might skip us until we're aware or something.
Sure. Yep. That sounds good. So I'm gonna bring up here our tracker thing. This is the online whiteboard Miro. So if you guys want to look at that as well.
Forgot about that.
Yes,
Zoom out a
got
bit.
it.
So I've brought all the cards into PNG form here. So yeah, torn trousers, whatever. The way we're gonna do this, because I don't have like a digital card thingy, is I'm just gonna fan the cards out like this. I've just shuffled them a couple of times. There are
Great.
10 cards here, and you don't roll for initiative in Forbidden Lands. You draw one of 10 cards. These cards are all numbered from 1 to 10. And basically, whoever has the lowest number goes first. So if you've got a 1, that means you're the first one. If you've got a 10, that means you're the last person to go. In this case, just to keep things simple, all of the enemies are going to act on one initiative slot rather than however many there might be getting an additional card each. So I'll draw the card for the adversaries last, and I'll let each of you basically choose one. So if I fan them out like here, and then I will just slowly move my finger like this, you tell me when you want me to stop.
Great.
Sorry, was that to stop?
For whom? Me?
We'll start with just we'll look at the list here, and we'll start at the top and go with Harry first.
Right there.
There. So this
Yeah.
one here.
Yep.
It's an upside down 8.
Yep. So we're just gonna drag the 8 over to you, Harry. Like that. Okay. And next, Charlotte.
No.
This end, right one? That on the end?
Sure.
10.
IO.
Okay. Then we've got Eric.
Good.
That one there?
Yep. Do it.
It's a 9 or a 6. Hold on a second.
And I'll have the one on the end on the left.
Which end? This end?
Your that one, yeah.
On the
I'll do-
end is a 3.
Yep. Cool.
You've got a 9 or a 6. So
Okay.
I just got to figure out which one it is. Give me a second. If I look at the 10 to figure out which way's up. Both actions. You've got a 9, unfortunately.
That's fine. My favorite number.
So to make
my
this
favorite number,
easier
too.
for next time we do initiative, how about just shuffling the cards and dealing them out from the top down to how our portraits are on
Yeah,
the
that's cool.
That makes
evil
sense.
thingy.
Okay, can do that.
There's not a lot of point choosing.
Okay.
Gives me a sense of
So
control.
you will actually. I've drawn a 4 for the Saurians.
Thank goodness.
And does it go from the highest number to the lowest, or the lowest
Yeah,
to the highest?
highest to the lowest.
Cool.
So we're gonna start with we start with Kai actually. So this Saurian is about, if we think about okay, so one thing about combat in Forbidden Lands as well, is that there are zones. You don't measure things in meters or anything like that. You've got zones. And again, I've pulled in over here a kind of a combat cheat sheet, so it's kind of nice and easy to see things. You all have access to Miro, so you can have a look at there and see things to see what's going on. But here, there's this like range bit, and currently, you are with a basically short range of the Saurian who's looking at you. Okay, shooting a ranged weapon. Every ranged weapon has a range attached to it, but that is how far it can shoot. The distance that you want to shoot it at is always modified based on the distance. So even though you have like a longbow that might be able to shoot at long distance, you're always going to be shooting at a -2 when you're doing that, because it's harder to hit something further away than closer. And obviously your skill in marksman or marksmanship will allow you to be better at hitting things, but the difficulty remains. So this will be a -1 to hit if you wanted to try and shoot this Saurian that's looking at you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to happily shoot the Saurian.
Okay, it's also hiding behind a tree. Only its head is visible.
Okay.
So I
Guess
just
I'll aim for its head then.
okay.
Perfect.
There aren't really called shots, so I guess the way we're going to do this is you treat cover as armor, right? So you roll to hit him, and I'm going to add the tree to the armor roll to see whether the tree blocks the shot. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So you roll. I'll bring up the character sheets very quickly.
I'm a -1. Did you say? -2, -1.
You're at a -1, right?
Yeah.
So if we bring up your character sheet, you have an agility of 4 and
Skill of 2,
marksmanship of 2, and your longbow has a bonus of 2, so 2 gear dice. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to push that at all?
Do I want to push that?
So you got 1 success there. So you're gonna do 1 damage.
Do I want to push it? So I'm probably going to hurt myself if I do that.
You will hurt yourself at least 1.
I'm gonna push it because I'd like some willpower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's give that a go.
So you click the blue thingy.
Oh jeez.
More willpower.
Well,
you get one willpower and you take one damage to your longbow.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna put 1 skull.
So 1 to me and 1 to my bow.
We put it in the character sheet like this, right? So I put a 1 on damage for agility, and I put a 1 on the skulls for your longbow. So we always know what the base stats are, but this is the number of dice you get to roll.
That's cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're gonna then go over to the Saurian. Oh,
yay!
No, sorry, you do 1 damage. So now I'm rolling the
Yes.
Saurian's armor, plus the armor of the tree it's hiding behind, and of course, I'm just looking at my GM screen in front of me, and the GM screen does not have armor values. Nope. For that sort of thing. So I gotta look it up. Give me a sec.
Oh, you're
Cover.
right.
I've got it right here. Tree trunk. Alright. Tree trunk gives him 5 dice plus that number I'm not telling you. And that's the number of dice I roll. So I'm rolling a big pile of dice. This is for armor. And effectively, if I get any 6s on this roll, it's going to cancel out that 1 damage. There's more to it than that if you're doing more than 1 damage, but we'll cover that later. And I got 2 6s, so the arrow gets embedded into the tree trunk. The next thing I need you to do is to give me a resource roll for your arrows, please, very quickly.
Yep. 1 second. And the resource roll is just
It's a D12 for arrows, so you just do
forgotten how to do
RF,
that.
and then I think you do RES space D12. Try that.
RES D12. Let's see what happens.
Space D12. Yep.
Oh, God.
Generic roll. I'm not sure if that's done it correctly. So
No.
do the same thing, but give a space between the resource, the RES, and the D12.
Let's try that. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So you're good.
Yes.
It hasn't gone down. Okay.
Okay.
Saurians are going next. The Saurian that had... Oh, before we stop, sorry. You've taken one action. You get a move if you want to take a move as well.
No, I'm going to hang on to that.
You can reload your bow.
You can reload your bow.
I'll ready it. Yeah, that's what they're ready.
So, yeah. Okay. The Saurian is going to step out from around the tree and is going to come running at you. And you see that it's got in its hands a weighted net.
Okay.
And it comes running. It basically covers from one zone to another, so it's at short range. It uses its move to get to the near range, and then it throws the net at you. Throwing is another marksmanship roll from me. Yeah, just look at the stats. And the Saurian just needs to get a success for it to be successful. Which it got. So, you feel this net cover you, and it's weighted on like some of the whatever you would call it, the edges of the net are weighted with ceramic weights.
Yep.
And it kind of lands over your head, spins around a bit, and tangles you up.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll get back to you on your next turn, but that's basically what's just happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
From the other side of the clearing, Kark is made aware of a creature rushing at him, doing effectively exactly the same thing. They're very quiet. They're not making a single sound. They're not hissing. They're not talking. Nothing like that. They're just coming running out and basically trying to throw nets around you. And this one does exactly the same. So I'm going to do the same thing again. However, I think you can kind of do a dodge if you want to try and get away from it to use up your an action. I'm kind of looking at Eric here because this is normally something you would do during advanced combat. For people listening who aren't familiar with Forbidden Lands, there are two different types of combat you can do. We're doing simple combat, which is very traditional. And then there's something called advanced combat where you actually have cards where you can go into almost like a blow-by-blow when it comes to melee attacking. But I'm pretty sure you can do a dodge if someone's attacking you to like use up your action for that round.
It would be your move action.
Your move action.
Your reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Harry,
Seems reasonable.
bear in mind it's at near range. It's not at arm's length. So if you wanted to attack it with a melee weapon, you wouldn't be able to do it in your round if you're dodging, because you wouldn't be able to move the distance required and then attack it.
Yes.
So what do you want to do?
If I'm dodging it, not attacking it, and if I get entangled, I'm also not attacking it.
Yeah.
Well, seems like a no-brainer then.
It will also have lost its net. So the thing to do here then is you roll. I guess we're rolling move in this instance for the dodge, which is your agility plus move.
Oh.
And there's a sting in the tail dodge. So if you want to remain standing, it's at a -2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you just throw yourself out of the way, it's your straight move plus agility.
So your move is 1. So you'd be rolling negative dice here. You'd be rolling 1 negative dice if you wanted to stay standing. And the way that negative dice work is you would just roll your normal roll, but if that red dice came up with as a 6, it would cancel out one of the other 6s that you've rolled. Okay. If you want to keep your 1 move, then you're throwing yourself prone to get out of the way, and it'll take you a move action to get to your feet next round, or on your round. Yeah. But I mean that would be your round finish. There, you just basically get to your feet. So that's the question: is do you want to take a penalty and stay standing, or do you want to give yourself the best odds of success and be prone?
I'm gonna have the best odds of success and be prone. So I'm rolling 4 agility and 1 move.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 4 base and 1 skill dice.
Yep. And I'm gonna roll this net attack.
Skill. Okay. Net nothing.
Okay. The net misses you anyway. So you land on the ground. We can basically say the net misses you, right? The net is thrown at where you're at. You throw yourself out of the way, and yeah, the net goes sailing kind of roughly where you're at and clatters to the floor. Okay, so back to the initiative board. And we've got... Yeah, I mean, that's effectively everybody who's acted in this round. So we had 2 Saurians there who've acted. The question now is... neither of you said you've called out or anything like that, right?
There was a bow shot and a tree got shot.
Yeah, but from 100 meters away in a forest, I'm not sure you'd... I mean,
I don't know.
I'll give you a scouting roll if at a -2 for the distance.
Okay. And
Charlotte Lyria can roll for that too if you want.
can I add a help die from Greta?
No.
Oh,
Help
she
die
would
from
hear
Greta.
it. She would hear it, and I would react. She has very good hearing. Okay.
You reach in.
Nice plan.
All right. It's fine. It's my scout. Oh, it's actually not bad. Not good enough, but
Are you gonna push that?
no. I mean, I feel like it's passive, so I'm not gonna.
So
Sorry, Ed. So I'm remembering. Ed, did you add the willpower point to your character sheet?
I haven't. I'll do that now. I
Yeah,
also
okay.
forgot to add sharpshooter to my roll, but never mind.
Oh,
It's alright. It won't make any difference.
it's more damage, right?
It would have been, but it's fine.
Yeah, but you didn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's
One
fine,
extra
don't worry.
damage. Would it have been?
No. It means I get to roll 1 extra dice. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Right. Okay. Sorry, Charlotte.
how does the negative dice work again?
So did you have like a 1 or a minus 1 or a -2?
You said -2.
Yeah, but
for
altogether,
our
what's your net skill?
I've got 5 wits
No, but
and
it's
no skill,
no skill. Okay, so roll 2 skill dice.
along with my 5 wits.
In fact, there's a way to do negative. Can you quickly give me 1 second? Let me just check this. Because I think if you're pushing it, it kind of reacts differently, and I want the dice bot to do this correctly. So if you do, let me do it. This is just a test. So let's say 3 base, 2n, I think, for negative. And if I push that, what happens? I guess pushing on the red dice doesn't really matter, and it would still be the same. So, just basically just roll 2, like I did there, 2n. N is for negative dice, and we'll see what it does.
Okay, so 3 base, 2.
Not 3, sorry, no. You do your full. You've got 5, right? 5 wits.
Yeah.
So 5
So-
5b 2n. Okay, and you can push that. You can push that if you want to try and get more successes. It will re-roll the red dice, and if any of them come up a 6, then it will cancel that out. But you would get a willpower point, at least 1.
You know what? Sure, let's do that.
All right. Nice. Okay, so the negative dice didn't come into play there. You've got 2 successes. Give yourself an additional willpower point and reduce your wits. Where it says wits damage next to it, you'll see that there's like a space to put 1 in.
Yep.
So you got 1 damage to your wits. And that means when you're rolling wits in the future, you're rolling 4 dice. Okay, so you hear the thud of the arrow. It's going into a tree at 100
What was
meters
that?
away.
What's
My
what?
half-elven hearing.
So you don't have time because we're doing this in like combat time, so to speak. You've got a little bit of time to communicate something, but not much.
I think something's going on.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'll grab my hobble.
I'm happy for you two to spend your move and action to peg down to get your shit sorted so that you can move from the next round.
Yep.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And that includes having your weapons out and everything. So basically, you're ready to roll next round.
Weapons. A hole here, Greta.
Yeah. Weapons out for the peddler. Yeah. Let me just ask quickly the people listening on stream: is the background music at a good volume right now? Is it too loud?
I hear nothing.
I hear that.
That's because you got it muted. You don't want to hear.
You're right. That explains
You don't want
everything.
to hear. You don't want to hear the like yourself repeating back to yourself with the lag.
No, I don't.
Okay, I've changed the track as well, actually.
Cheers, runners.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going back to top of the round, and we're going straight to Kai.
Right. So, it's wrapped around the top of my body, but not the bottom of my body. So, my legs still free to do something?
If you want to try and so basically the way I'm doing nets is there are no nets in the book, so this is kind of a homebrew thing I'm trying to sort out. I've talked with Eric in advance, kind of spitballing a good way to handle nets, because Eric also has a lot of good system knowledge, and he's come up with something that I think is a really quick and easy, elegant way of doing it. So the idea here is that you can't really, if you want to try and do anything while you're in the net, you're going to get a -2 modifier to it. That includes attacking, anything else. If you want to try and get out of it, you have to make a successful move or might roll to disentangle yourself from it.
Okay.
So that either way, these are slow actions to either do an action at a -2. In fact, a move, if you're trying to move as well, it would be at a penalty. Yeah. Those are kind of your options.
Well, I think I'm probably going to try and get out of it using might, which I think I have. Let me just check. Yes, I'm going to make a might.
Okay.
I'm going to try and rip it off of me.
And are we saying that the might has a negative modifier as well? I think it probably...
I think for this case, no.
I don't think it should.
You're specifically
trying to get off. Yeah, it's not impeding you from doing something else. Yeah. So you're basically going like and trying to rip the net, or force it kind of off of you, I guess.
Yeah, just more pull the whole thing off. Let's see whether or not it's successful.
I just saw Rodder's comment.
Yeah.
Okay, one success is all you need.
Excellent.
So in this case, you wouldn't be allowed to push this because additional successes would not have any effect. So this is one area where the rules are very clear about when you are and aren't allowed to push.
Yep.
Just because this comes up a lot in Discord, when you can push or not. Okay, so with a success, you use your slow action to remove the net. Okay, you have a fast action too.
Yeah. So once I've done that, my fast action will be to get ready to dodge out of the way of an incoming attack if there's something.
Okay, so kind of like holding an action in case you get attacked.
Yeah, just in case. Okay. Just so I can just move out of the way or throw myself to the floor.
That's good, because the Saurian is essentially on you. It's their turn now. It's closing the distance with its last with a fast action, which is a move action, and I'm having it kind of, as it's been running at you, it's pulled its weapon from its side, like from its belt. It has a scimitar.
Yep.
And it swings at you. So this is going to be an opposed roll. You get to roll your dodge, which is the move skill, and I roll its attack. Okay.
Okay.
And thankfully you got it off. There's no negative modifiers for you here. And you will be able to push this roll if you want to push it as well. So just bear that in mind. As it's close to you, you can kind of, you get the smell of this thing. Kind of hits you like a wall almost. There's a smell of carrion, kind of dead meat that isn't particularly pleasant. It's not like off decomposing meat smell.
Okay.
And the other thing you notice when you're really close, you can see from this image here, but this thing is extremely well muscled as well.
Okay.
It's quite strong. So just bear that in mind whether you're deciding if you want to push or not.
Yeah, I think I'm going to push. Not that I really want to, but I'm going to have to.
It's your agility, right? So that does affect your bow skill.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
All right.
Yep. Okay. I hurt myself.
I think we're going to narrate this that you've been, as you're disentangling yourself, it was running at you, expecting you to be like within the net and easy to take down. It's also, you see that like as it's raising its scimitar, it's kind of bringing it down with its hilt towards you. It's actually not trying to. It's not trying to cut you. It's trying to hit you with the hilt of the sword. And you kind of take it a little bit by surprise, and it misses.
Yeah,
doesn't hit you.
But I probably throw myself in a direction and land on the floor, probably hurting my leg.
Yeah, so you're prone as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Harry, Kark is being attacked. Kark is on the floor, and the Saurian basically just rushes at you. Also has a scimitar out, and it kind of just goes to smack you on the head. You haven't gone yet, so you can attempt to do a dodge maneuver on the ground, but I think you have there's a negative modifier for it. I can't remember if it's -1 or -2.
And the alternative is to just lie back and be beaten in the head.
Well, save your action. Because you basically...
Save my action?
It's close a distance to you, so you can get up and you can attack it on your round. A fast action is getting up from prone, and a slow action is to attack. So if you just, like, kind of let it thump you and hope for the best, you can have a slicey kebab time shortly. I don't know why I just said that. That doesn't make any sense.
What Kark would do. And look, I love kebab as much as the next person. Also, Kark's pride is, that he can endure any injury.
Ah,
I like this.
Here we go. Oh God, it's meant to be coming into place when you're
So it's
when you're
very
actively
much
rolling. Yeah. So pride. It's interesting that you mentioned pride, because whenever pride comes into play, you roll it with a skill, right? And maybe we can do this as like an endurance roll. Let's first see if it actually does any damage to you, shall we? You're not going to dodge it, right? You're just going to suck it up.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. I'll probably give you at least 1 XP for this if we don't actually end up using the D12 roll, because that's a really good use of it. Okay. One thing that will happen is, because you're lying prone on the ground in front of a melee attacker, they're going to get a bonus to hit you.
Hey, sorry. So the last round, he had thrown himself out of the way. Then he got up, I thought, for his other action. So I think he's up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I apologize. Thank you, Eric. This is where if we were using a battle map, you could have them like lying prone and then he's standing up.
That's
so
true.
a battle map would be potentially useful, but we're not doing that. Okay, so it doesn't get any bonus for attacking while you're on the ground. But you're still not dodging, right?
That's correct. Yep. Plan's still the same.
Okay, here we go. Okay, it hits you for 2 damage. But do you have armor on?
2 damage.
Have you got any armor?
I don't think I do.
Let's have a quick look.
I probably would have put that on my character sheet.
Armor, nothing. So no armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's armor.
It's alright. 2 damage isn't that much.
Okay, so 2 damage to your strength. So your strength is going down by 2, which is going to affect your attack this round. And you're next, so...
Yeah, it's fine. Fantastic. Okay.
So I'm sorry. Hold on.
Having...
Hold on. You can negate that, because I was saying you wanted to hold your dodge for this round to stand up, but you've already stood up. So you could have used your action to dodge, your slow action or your fast action to dodge, and still attack now. So I think in this case it probably makes sense for you to have used your dodge to try and negate some of that damage coming in. Yeah. Yeah.
So shall I roll my dodge then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Agility plus move. Oh. I'm gonna turn my heater on. I've got my heater on. It's May, and I'm sweating.
Ooh, no. And you're upstairs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm debating on doing the same thing.
Yay! I have a success.
You have a success. That negates the 1 success the Saurian got, so it actually doesn't do any damage to you.
Come on, Clark.
Okay. So, you're up, and you don't have any strength damage. You can have a full normal attack at this thing.
Kick its scaly ass.
2 and weapon 2, I believe.
So violent.
And you can definitely push. You can definitely push as well. This will
Son of a bitch.
If you push, you'll damage your weapon. Just to warn
Not
you.
an issue.
All right.
There we go.
All right. We roll for armor. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, its armor stopped the success. So you bring your what weapon are you using again?
It's a hand axe.
A hand axe. So your hand axe
There,
comes down
yeah.
and it kind of shifts out of the way, and it's got the Saurian is also wearing kind of some scrappy leather armor, which is actually you
don't
won't know.
tell me it's crocodile hide.
No, it has its own crocodile hide. It has natural armor, but it's also
Yes,
wearing
but
like
my point is that it would be super gross if it was wearing
yeah, okay, yeah,
like crocodile.
like a man wearing human armor.
Yeah, but
I get it.
actually effective.
Right.
Okay.
Only concern that I have about wearing human skin is armor.
Then we move to Arlek next.
Yeah. So we said like last round I had done my hobble, and so yeah, I'm taking off to the woods in the direction I feel like Lyria probably started off a little bit before me, even though maybe she's not quite there in the initiative, but
Well,
she
we
kind of heard it
both
first.
would have gotten the animals pegged
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. So like, so Arlec's just gonna charge off in the direction of it, and he'd be like, Greta, stay there! There, get your helmet on! Cock! Key! That's my round.
I can't believe you like us that much.
And then I will
need
give
you.
him shit for being so noisy and tell him to be quiet. We don't want that. We don't want to let them know that we are here.
Matt, for a free action, can I? What is a appropriate goblin curse?
Hey, you tell me. You tell me.
Jeez.
Fling poo.
And definitely as a free action, you can.
I mean, I can just shout "fling poo." All right. Fine. Good job, Charlotte. The first goblin curse to be recorded. Having noticed you, son of a bitch, you damaged my axe.
So would we get into like short range after like this whole turn of movement, or like near range? What do you think?
So you got 4 segments to move to close to short, right?
Okay, so it's short. Yeah.
So it's gonna take you 2 rounds to close to short distance.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Is it possible? Can I just like grab a tree branch or something on my way to use as a club?
Do you have any kind of weapon?
I have a knife, but I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean,
want
you
like
could-
longer.
He's got his wits.
You can use your wits to attach the knife to your club and make.
It's okay. I don't need it. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
if
an
you wanna grab a branch, I mean, you're in a forest.
yeah, absolutely.
You're in
Yeah.
a forest, right? So
Yeah.
if while you're running, you're kind of scanning the ground looking for a kind of a big branch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just grab up a branch and be like,
I'll
yeah.
let you happily do that. No problem.
You're not gonna make him roll for finding a stick in the forest.
Nope. Okay, Lyria.
Wow, you're a generous GM.
Just
This isn't Wolfrug.
heading in the direction of the noise. Nothing spectacular. I've got armor and shit on, right?
I'm assuming you're
Armor
fully
and shit.
equipped armor and
Yeah.
weapon, etc.
Yeah.
Lyria
And the
is the most armored of your party. All right.
That wasn't planned. It was
That's
just
because
all
she's
random rolls.
rich.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to have myself a new pair of crocodile skin boots.
Yeah.
Also, crocodile skin kilt.
Okay. So top of the round, we're going back to Kai.
Right. So I'm on the floor. It's a fast action to get up, or do I have to roll for that?
No, fast action to get up.
Okay. And I guess once I'm up, I'm facing the Saurian. I don't have any other weapons on me.
So this is where I diverge a little bit from the rules as written.
Okay.
If you have a hand weapon that's normally on a belt, I think it's fairly easy to say you can draw that as a free
I
action.
have no other hand weapon.
But bear in mind you had a bow, right? Which you had drawn. You're dropping that bow to like if you don't want to waste a fast action, you're getting to your feet, leaving your bow on the ground, and while you're doing that, you're drawing your axe.
I have no other weapon.
Yeah, but I mean you could pick up your bow, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I'm just saying rules as written, you'd have to use a fast action to draw your weapon. But I don't really agree with that necessarily. If you've got something in a scabbard on your belt,
I can get up with the bow. Can I shoot it?
You could get up with a bow, or you could leave the bow on the ground and get up with your Could I
lay on the ground and shoot the bow?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm down here anyway.
You're gonna have a negative modifier for shooting at within melee range, arm's length. I think it's probably on this combat sheet as well. Let me have a quick look.
Shooting your bow while you're lying down.
Arm's length. Ranged arm's length is -3.
I share the skepticism.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay.
Good deal is back for it, but
I mean, if you think about it, it's hard to if you're aiming like a bow at somebody, it's very easy for them just to like shift out of the way. Like, it should be hard to dodge, or it should be hard to hit.
Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up. I'm going to leave the bow on the ground, or have it in my hand. No, I'll leave it on the ground, and I'm going to spend a willpower point of my now 2 that I've earned to use my human ability to adapt.
Yeah.
And I am going to rush him using my strength and might to attack him into a grapple.
Yeah, get some long
I figure if I'm like right in him, he can't really stab me with it.
Well, it's okay. So you can do that anyway without spending a willpower point.
Sorry?
You can attack as a grapple without spending a willpower point using strength and might.
No, it would be melee, I think.
It'd be melee.
Is it melee?
Yeah. And I don't have melee.
Okay. Sorry.
So, yeah. I thought I'd do that. And I can spend my first willpower point. Well, we'll give that a go.
I apologize for getting the rules slightly wrong. I've been writing pitchfork, and in pitchfork, might is a grapple skill.
Oh, right, okay.
This is the wrong game. I might talk about that in a future video. But anyway, right. So yes, you can spend your willpower point and use your melee, use your might in place of melee for a grapple.
Here we go, and I'm just going to throw everything into this. So, okay.
I'm not going to have the Saurian. No, the Saurian is going to try and dodge you actually, because it's a fast action to dodge. So we'll do that. Give me a second to get the dice pool for that.
If he dodges, can then I choose to re-roll, or do I have to do it first?
You've got to decide to push now, basically.
No, I'm gonna just go with it.
Because I won't tell you what he's rolled.
No, that's fine. I'll just stick.
You're gonna stick with that? You're not gonna re-roll? You're not gonna push?
Oh, you think that's good enough, do you?
Oh, stop GMing me, Matt.
I might be telegraphing slightly.
I think this is a real life or death situation, so I'm gonna push it.
All right.
Why not? Let's see what we get.
Mother of God.
Whoa, Nelly.
Oh,
nice.
Okay, that's cool.
I did roll a 6, so that one gets cancelled. You've got 2 extra 6s, which is pretty bloody good.
Now grappled.
And you have now grappled, and I'll let you use that one extra one to do like 1 bit of damage to it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
One of the things you can do when you're grappled is you can do a grapple attack. And I feel like if you've rolled a really good roll there to land a grapple, you should be allowed to just do a little bit of damage while you're doing that anyway.
I'm just gonna grab him by his neck and literally hang on for dear life around his neck, just trying to like suffocate him as much as I can.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
That's exactly it, Harry.
Yeah. So remember you've taken a willpower point for taking one extra strength damage there.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent. Just update my character sheet. Well, my stats are going down nicely.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Matt, is there a way for our stats to go back up, or are we just going to be real busted up?
Yeah, they go up. You've got to basically eat something for your strength to go up, drink something for your agility to go up. They all have slightly different rules for things that need to happen, and you need to rest for like a full quarter day.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Saurian meat tastes pretty good.
Okay.
Tastes like somewhere between tuna and pork.
All right, Saurian's turn. So the Saurian is going to try and break the grapple.
Is it resisted or?
He
grapple
performs
post melee.
break free is an opposed strength might roll, I think.
Melee, I think it is.
Melee.
Sorry, yeah, melee again.
So I just use strength, which has just gone down. No.
Do you wanna spend another willpower point to use might again?
Yeah, why not?
Instead of melee?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Since I'm just putting it all in.
Remember, you did a point of damage to it as well, so its dice pool is going to be reduced for its own melee roll. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
that's fine.
Go ahead and roll.
Ooh, yes, please. That's. I'm not gonna push that.
Yeah, it's struggling to break free. It doesn't manage to do it. So you maintain the grapple.
Okay.
Harry, the one that was attacking you is trying to now come in and smack you on the head with the hilt of its sword again. Okay. Aiming doesn't work from melee, does it? I think aim is only at range. You can't use it.
Yeah, it's ranged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So it's just a straight up melee attack for this one. Do you want to try and dodge as a fast action? I would recommend it. I would recommend it.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Yep.
Or parry.
Is that a thing I can do? I would be slightly better at it, I think, if it uses the same dice pool.
Parry. Yeah. Sorry. Yep. Parrying is a melee action. You need a shield or parrying weapon.
Or is that a penalty, a -2 penalty?
Or a -2 penalty, correct. And your hand axe isn't a parrying weapon, so you'd be melee -2. So, like, your choice. Agility plus move, or strength plus melee -2.
It would come out exactly the same.
The thing to think about is pushing. If you push your roll here, you're going to potentially damage one of your attributes. So would you rather damage your strength or your agility if it's the same dice pool?
Yeah. Excellent, that's success.
Yeah, but it's opposed. So if I've got more than one success, then you're still going to get hit. But you would cancel at least one out. Do you want to push that?
Yeah.
And what is it, agility or strength?
Agility.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Take 1 agility damage. Add a willpower point as well. And you have... I rolled 3 6s. So
wow.
You are very lucky on that roll, man.
3 6s is a lot.
You canceled all of the 6s out on that Saurian. Otherwise, it was going to do a shitload of damage to you.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to mark my agility down.
And you hear a hissing sound. Like that, but like not from the Saurian that's attacking you. You're facing it. It's coming to your right from the location of the pond. Over to who's next in the initiative order?
I think it's me.
It is. Yep. Just gonna keep closing the distance, I guess.
Yeah.
It would be great if somebody could just arrive about now and pull our bacon out the fire.
How close would I get this round after?
So you're now, you're now at 2 moves. Now closes the distance to long range. So it's gonna take you. You don't have a ranged weapon, right? Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. So you're at long range.
Even longer than I thought. Okay.
So you're kind of right. You can see one on the left. To your left is Harry, is Kark, and to your right is Kai.
Okay.
And Kai, you can see is like grappling one. You can see them now.
Right. Okay, and so one movement would keep me at would be distant, so I don't want. Oh yeah, so I'll just do my full move and.
The two moves take you to the long range, so you've closed the You're not no longer you're not short. Basically.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just jumping over trees and knocking branches out of my way and yelling. I was like, "Come on, you scaly sons of bitches!
Okay, Lyria.
Does anybody have a torch? Like, do any of these Saurians have fire of any sort?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
It's also middle of the day. Middle of the day. It's like late morning. Daytime. Yeah.
So it'd be weird to have a torch.
It would be. It's also springtime, so it's not really. Yeah. No, there are like there was a campfire that had been doused before you'd arrived. Otherwise, there's no visible fire anywhere.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to close.
So you're technically still at long. You closed half of the long distance. 2 more fast actions to move would close you, so you're now at short distance.
Okay, and then closer to short would be near.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'll move.
short is like 25 meters away. Near is basically you could hit somebody with a spear at near distance.
Right.
So you're kind of talking like, I don't know, 2 meters ish.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll move into short range.
Okay.
Proton zone.
Top of the next round, and we're at Kai. So, just very quickly for people watching this that might be thinking, okay, this is taking a long time. It wouldn't take so long if all 4 were involved in the combat from the beginning. But yeah.
Right. Well,
It doesn't. This
I'm
is
gonna-
this is a very kind of long combat for Forbidden Lands in my experience. But yeah. Anyway, back to Kai. You're grappling a Saurian.
I am going to continue to strangle him until he stops moving.
Okay. So that's a grapple
That's
attack.
awesome.
That's it. It's called a grapple attack, right? It's a fast action, so technically you can do 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a
I love
melee.
grapple.
It's a melee attack. So again, if you want to spend more willpower points, I don't know if you fancy doing that or not.
I've got 1 more willpower, but I think I'm just going to use my remaining strength. That's what I'm going to use.
Not melee. Oh, sorry. Use it as a normal
Yeah.
melee and save the willpower. Okay.
Just save the willpower. Oops. That went wrong. I'm so excited with strangling a Saurian.
Yeah, and it can't be dodged or parried, a grapple attack. So that's the first one. You could push it, but you'll take damage, of course, at least 1.
I'm not going to push this.
So why don't you roll it a second time if you want to try again? So you can, because
Okay.
it's a fast action, you can do it twice.
All right. Okay. Nope. I've lost my grip on him, I believe.
No,
Or-
that's a grapple attack.
Okay.
For you to lose your grip, it's an opposed melee roll.
Okay, so
which we're going to
you
do
have
right now. And yeah, they have to beat you at an opposed melee roll.
Okay.
So roll
guess
me
we're kind of
again. I
like-
mean, you're rolling the same thing again anyway. So you're rolling it 3 times in a row.
I guess we're kind of like tussling around everywhere, so it's kind of.
Yeah,
difficult.
you're basically hanging on as it's like you're trying to like
Yeah.
choke it out. But the neck
like
muscles
I'm
on
at
this
work.
thing are massive, right? And it's just like
Who says
it's a
wrestling is-
muscly thing. It's a muscly thing.
This reminds me of work.
Cool.
1 success.
The Saurian does not manage to break free.
Yes.
That was its action. It's the only action it can take. It's a slow action, so it can't do anything else.
I'm renaming you Steve Irwin.
But no, you've got a 4 strength normally, right? So you're relatively
Normally, yes. I'm
Yeah.
down to 3. At the
okay.
moment.
You're not like a really slight sort of character,
You're wrestling this croc.
right? The
I'm making some boots.
the other the other Saurian.
Yes.
God damn it!
I have
This is
ruined
best
it.
left buried now.
That's it.
This is best left buried now. They're Crocs.
The Saurian, Harry, that's on you. Basically, notices Eric come rushing in, and hisses in your face. Pigs, and tries to flee.
Get him.
Eggs.
So this is something you cannot contest. but it doesn't manage to succeed. Which means it's still. So I think I have the opportunity of trying to make it move away from you, take an attack, or it stays within. God, it's really hard to find some of these rules sometimes.
It's always when you're on the spot as well.
Yep.
I think he can get away with a failed move, but he gets a free attack on it, or it falls over. I mean, it's kind of up to you.
Yeah. I'm trying to run this rules as written for the purposes of teaching. Here we go. If you're in a fight, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So if you fail, you remain in combat with your opponent and cannot get away. You remain at the same distance as before. The GM can also inflict some additional negative consequences for you. So that's it. So, it doesn't matter. It's trying. You can see it's trying to step away from you. It's taking the flee action as a slow action, and it's not doing anything else this round. So it's trying to get away from you. You're kind of like with your axe out, like circling it.
Endlessing it.
Yeah. And you can now hear some splashing from your right. You're locking eyes, like watching this Saurian. But kind of beyond your peripheral vision, you can hear splashing in the pond. And that's at least that's probably long distance from you. It's not 100 meters away, but it's not really close. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure that I can really spare the attention, can I?
Well, it's your turn now, so it's up to you. I mean, you can glance for I mean, technically, in terms of like
having a wee
action
look at
economy.
Yeah. Is it gonna? If I just have a quick look to the side to see what on earth is going on, would that incur a penalty of some kind?
No, I think we'll just ask for a scouting roll, because you're trying to do something quickly. Also, the thing that you're looking at, I know what's there. It's not super easy to spot. So.
Okay, scouting roll it is. Let's find out what my scouting ability is.
And if you have 1-6, you won't be able to push it either.
Oopsie daisy.
It's under wits scouting.
Oh no, it's just my the Excel sheet was doing something unrecognizable. Okay, so that's wits 3, scouting 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One success.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's not going to go very far.
What you spot is at the other side of the lake from where you are. Not the lake, the pond. You didn't really see it before when you were kind of crossing in there, but there's a little dark opening. So on the other side of the pond, the terrain kind of goes into a slight. It gets a bit hilly. It's been kind of very generally hilly anyway. But the pond, sits at like the bottom of an incline, like a hill, and you notice that there's like a cave opening, a very small cave opening that appears to be right next to the pond, probably where the water might be sourced from. And you're just seeing the splashing sound you've been hearing is another Saurian climbing into the cave.
So some distance away,
Yep.
over the other side of the pond.
Yep.
There's a Saurian climbing into the cave, making some splashing noises, which has attracted my attention.
The splashing noises was it getting out of the pond to climb into the cave.
All right. Well,
that's what you see.
Thank you very much for that.
Yep.
I assume that is where the Saurians live, but unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about that this very second. Okay, so back to trying to fight this thing.
So, Arlek has shouted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No one else has said anything. Other than, actually, Kark did give a goblin curse.
Yes.
Eat shit and die, you ball bag.
Yes. More of that.
So what's Kark doing now?
Well, I was trying to fight it some more, and and as I understand it, it wasn't quite getting away.
It's trying to get away, but it didn't. Yep. You've managed to keep it like.
Can I go for the hamstrings?
Go for the eyes, Kark. Go for the eyes.
Always the eyes.
Um.
I mean, I'm not fussy. I'll go for the good bits, wherever they are.
I mean, technically, you can't really do cold shots in Forbidden Lands.
Yeah.
Yes, that's quite all right. Let's keep it simple, eh? Insofar as we possibly can.
Yep.
Oof. Okie dokie, so strength 4, melee 2, and I've downgraded my hand axe to a gear dice 1.
You haven't taken any strength damage yet. No.
Nope, we discovered that did
Yep.
not in fact ever happen.
Yep.
On
You've got.
further.
Remember, you've got a willpower point too. Your
Yes.
your fighter talent is what exactly?
I haven't got a clue.
Defender. It's under talents. It says defender, which we should have been looking at. You get 1 free parry every round of combat,
Oh, nice.
and it does not count as one of your actions in the round. So I'm counting on all of you to remember what your talents are. I should be a little bit
No, you
more.
didn't.
Should be reminding you of these a little bit more as we're starting. Apologies, because I know Harry, you're new to the game.
Yes, and also it's been a month since we last looked at it.
Yeah, but generally speaking, talents are for all of you to remember and to bring into play when you want them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come into play in this specific instance. Do you want to push that?
Is this an opportunity I can use my willpower point for? Does that do anything?
You've got a Path of the Blade as well. Sorry, that's the other thing you can use a willpower point for. When you hit with a close combat, you can spend a willpower point to find a weakness. So you'd have to be able to hit it first.
Has
So
to be
this
a
would be
hit
quite
first.
good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, if I push it, then
Yeah.
I hit, then I can use the willpower point.
Yeah.
Oh, but it
Nice.
didn't hit.
Okay.
Oh.
So save your. You also didn't get any more willpower point, no damage. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
You
At
still
least
have
nothing bad happened.
Yeah. You've still got a fast action. Is there anything you want to do?
Can I move towards it to stop it from getting away from me? Like
you're already kind of within its space,
Right,
kind
so-
of. So it's got to succeed at a flee roll to get out of
yeah.
that.
I was just wondering, can I put myself in between it and its likely destination, therefore hemming it in? But
It's just
Never
all it's
mind.
trying to do is just trying to run away from you. So in this instance, you're in an open forest. It kind of could go in any direction theoretically.
Mhm.
So maybe if you were like in a tunnel or something, that might be possible, but not really here.
can I use it my fast action to become aware of what on earth is going on with Kai?
Yep. I think we'll kind of within the fiction we'll just say that you're using it as a move action to kind of maneuver around the Saurian so that you can kind of in your peripheral vision you can actually see what's
Mhm.
happening. So you're kind of facing Kai now.
I expect to be able to hear things pretty well because I've got these big long ears.
Okay. So going back to our initiative order then, we've got Arlek. So
Yeah.
you're technically now at short range.
Finally ready to kick some ass.
I mean, that's good. Okay, so I'm at short. All right, so in that case, I'm going to move into near range of the Saurian, and I would like to use my slow action to taunt it into attacking me. It's
Right,
a performance.
It is
It's
performance.
a performance. So here we go, and yeah, so I'm just yelling at it like you scum sucking son of a bitch, come over here, get away from the goblin, and then just continue to insult its heritage. And
Out of curiosity,
that.
which accent are you going for in particular?
I had completely lost the accent right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Just look at the rules for it. Go
All right.
for it. Yep. You have to
Here
be in
we are.
short range, so you move to your short range. Now you're doing your taunt action. Yep.
Yep. Exactly. Okay.
So it's an opposed roll, performance versus insight. Insight. I think you'll probably guess that insight on a Saurian isn't too great. Oh, are you gonna push that?
Ooh.
Wait, how do I push that? How do
You push the blue circles, the
do it.
arrows.
Yeah, it looks like a recycling symbol.
Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh.
3 willpower
That could
points.
hardly have gone worse.
Yeah, so I am screaming my lungs off at this thing and just getting myself more and more worked up. And
And you notice that the like as you're shouting at it, the Saurian doesn't even like it just kind of glances at you. As which one are you shouting at, by the way? Sorry.
Sorry, the one that's fighting with Harry.
The one that's fighting with Harry.
Yeah.
And you notice at one point it kind of looks at you, and its beady eyes just like are dead, and you're kind of like, what the fuck am I doing? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing
For both of us.
Yeah. For we're at 3 skulls. It's
amazing
kind of
how many
embarrassing for
different
everyone.
colours-
Yeah.
It's amazing how many different colors angry white people can go.
I have like spit like coming down my face. So yeah. Anyway.
You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna go embarrassed. I'm gonna go, wow, it's really something.
Okay. We're gonna move to Lyria then. What's Lyria up to?
My steps kind of falter for a second while Arlek is spasming or something. I look over at him as I'm still moving. It's like, get a hold of yourself. Have some freaking dignity. I'll show you how it's done. Now, can I use my sharp tongue talent to try and essentially intimidate them? Because up until now, they've been going against our squishy, the rest of our squishy party. Here I
Wow.
come, brandishing an axe with a helmet and armor. I look like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So what you're describing is a taunt, right? You're kind of trying to taunt it.
I'm trying to threaten it.
Yeah.
It can reduce its next attack, I think, right? That's the other use of performance in a battle.
But she's talking about using manipulation, right? Sharp
Oh,
tongue.
okay, yeah.
Sharp tongue is
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
is a manipulate. And it's not really, well. Fuck it. It's a good use of it, I think.
Well, I think it's in the wording. You are a master at formulating
do it.
scathing
We'll do it.
abuses that can unhinge even the most steadfast of enemies.
Yep, and it's when you manipulate someone, roll basically and roll more successes than you need to win the opposed roll. You can inflict 1 point of damage to empathy on your opponent per extra success.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's hard for me to imagine empathy on a Saurian, but I mean they're still a sentient race in this.
I guess it kind of drives them a little bit crazy.
I'm being speciesist.
Fit like scaly knob.
So go ahead, roll it. roll your manipulation.
Okay, so
I'll roll
my
its insight.
manipulation is 2, and my empathy is 3. Where is my Discord?
Neener, gator, wiener.
3 base, 2 skill.
Oh wow.
How's
Hey,
that?
So that's
Probably
one extra success than what you needed.
Oh man.
Which one were you doing this to? Sorry.
The one that Arlek was trying to...
So the same one.
We have the fighters and we have the
Soren is
talkers.
having a hell of a day.
Okay, you do one damage with your sharp tongue to it,
Excellent.
threatening it.
Yes.
And I guess the way this would look,
You
you're
could carry
kind
it
of coming. Are you moving as well? By the way.
Yeah, I will get into near range with it.
Okay.
If possible.
I think you'll be short with me.
You were actually already at short, so if you wanted to close to
Oh,
near, you
sweet.
could have. I just was just
Yeah,
thinking
that
about
was
that.
my- yeah,
I was just
that's-
thinking about that. So yeah, you're both at near range now.
Great.
Okay, top of the round then.
Don't worry, I've got this one. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
everyone's
was
like,
going
"Oh,
to
yeah,
help you,
you've
but
got
then I
this one."
had a chance to one up Arlek, so I
Right.
couldn't
Did well.
pass that up.
Ed, do you want to
Well.
do you want to try the same maneuver of two grapple
Try and-
attacks?
Yeah,
All right,
that's my plan.
go for it.
First one,
I think did we say these were opposed melee?
then not. I don't think you can.
No, that's right. It's opposed when he's trying to break free.
Yeah.
So you do
So that's the first one.
one, and again, I think armor comes into play here. I believe.
Is it? I was trying to find the rules for grappling, which is always fun in any game.
Grappling is just a little paragraph on page 92.
They're actually really good in this one. I like it.
But it doesn't mention about armor. But because the armor, okay, so this one has 1 point of extra armor because they're wearing like leather, which is very unusual. Okay. Only Arlic would know this. But normally Saurians don't really wear much of anything. So the fact they're wearing leather armor is a bit odd. But I'll roll for its natural armor, right? Because it's got like a thick hide.
That makes sense.
But it doesn't. So
My second one. Nothing in the second one.
you're not gonna push that.
Nope. Oh
Okay.
no, I'm not pushing it.
All right, it's gonna try and break free. So we're gonna roll its opposed melee. So roll the same again.
One success.
Not pushing it.
Nope.
Okay. I also rolled 1 success, but you cancel it out, so that's a failure, and it can't do anything else. Now that the one that's been attacked by, or that had attacked you, Harry, has basically been taunted and threatened. It was already trying to flee. It's gonna try again to get away. So, it's rolling its move again. Fails again. Wow. So you're just keeping it in place. It's trying to step away, you're kind of bringing your axe around like, oh yeah. You want some of this. And it's your turn now.
I don't know how I'm gonna compete with Lyria's war cry of I want to see your manager. And,
I mean, you can taunt as a slow action, but it might be more effective to try and, I don't know. Actually, it's got full health.
Taunt it with my axe.
It's got full health. You're not very charismatic, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I'm gonna use. I mean, I said I'm gonna taunt it with my axe. I mean, I'm gonna try and hit it with my axe. Diplomacy, the only way I know how.
I mean, you have an empathy of 3, which isn't all bad, but yeah, nothing else.
All right, I got 1 success. Hopefully,
right. I roll its armor again.
it gets no successes.
Well, your hand axe has 2 damage, right?
Yes, it does.
So okay. All right. Your axe cuts into it.
Yeah. What does the edged and hooked notes in hand axe mean?
So hooked is a way of, like if someone's got a shield, you can try and pull the shield away from them with a hooked weapon.
Or trip them.
Or trip them, yep. And what was the other one you said? Edged? Edged comes into play with the advanced combat rules. With there's certain actions you can take, which we're not worrying about right now.
And the crit tables.
And the crit tables, of course, yeah. So we got 3 different crit tables for the different types of.
I saw it on the cheat sheet.
Yeah. Okay. Arlek.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Shame.
Good. You've done 2 damage to it, which is good.
Yeah. So Arlic, seeing that his yelling hasn't done much, and that this thing has just been wounded, will rush forward and try to take in the back upside the head with the club.
All right. Makeshift club.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bonus of 1. Ooh.
That's what I wrote down for the club, but
Yeah, but you get if you're using a rock as a throwing weapon, you don't get any bonus.
yeah.
There's damage
True.
1, no bonus. So I think for a stick you've picked up, it's not a club. Like a club is actually like made sure it's polished. There's no weaknesses in the wood. So I think of this one we're gonna go with no bonus, but it would be 1 damage.
So it's an unarmed attack with a club.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, let's do this.
If
Well,
you,
think
No, it's fine.
We'll think about this. We'll talk about this in the next tavern talk, maybe.
No, I'm happy with it actually though. That's like makes sense because it's not like a worked club.
Yeah, but
All
you
right.
should be able to do more damage with a club than you would with an unarmed attack. But
I have reach, at least
You've got reach.
narratively.
you got reach, so
You'll figure it out.
So melee roll.
Yep. Ah, and I'm happy with that.
1 damage. Let's roll its armor. Oh, it blocks it, unfortunately.
All right, yeah. Anyway, so Arlek runs up. It's like, Cock, behind you! And I just like club this thing, and it doesn't.
You're
seem to
aiming
care.
for its
Probably
head,
like,
but you
it's
kind of
probably
get
like
it.
a glancing blow.
Yeah, you get it kind of on its shoulders, but you also
Yeah.
notice that it's got like very meaty,
Yeah.
muscly shoulders, and you feel like when it hits, it's like I could have hit that harder. I could have done better.
Yeah. It kind of comes off its like armor thing and just doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a
It
solid
doesn't.
hit.
It doesn't look like it flinched or anything.
Yeah.
Right, Lyria.
There's a big
Hey.
difference between a
know,
well-made, seasoned club
I'll
and
just-
just any old stick.
I'm sure you don't need.
Exactly.
I'm sure you don't need reminding that Saurians are full of blood, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you got any willpower points though.
Absolutely chock full
Oh,
of
I
it.
got 1,
Okay, all right,
but it doesn't do me any good for what I can do.
okay,
All
right.
Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. First, can you remind me how our actions are able to be spent? Like slow, fast.
So there's slow and fast
Reactive.
actions. You can take 1 slow action and 1 fast action every round. If you don't take a slow action, you can take 2 fast actions.
Okay.
And there's a big list on that Miro board. If you go over to the left, we've got like all the actions kind of spelled out: slow and fast melee actions, and the ranged actions.
Okay, I know what I want to do. I just want to quickly reference the spells.
Mhm.
Because while my
You've got quite a
blood
few.
magic,
You've got quite a few spells available. You've got the general spells at rank 1,
yeah,
which is magical seal, sense magic, which aren't going to work here. You could theoretically cast at 1 rank above your current rank, which is dispel magic and obscure magic. Again, not really much use here. And then if you go to your blood magic
Yeah.
on page 136, Firewalker.
Blood.
yeah, none of those really come into play. The reason why I was asking earlier about if anyone had fire is because then I could have used Immolate.
Yeah.
But that's like the only thing that is really viable at this point in time.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is
You can still use it. Okay. I see what you're doing. Because it's 1 rank above your level, you need the ingredient to...
yeah.
Okay.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah, I was seeing that, but if it was on my level, I wouldn't need the ingredient.
No, if you have the ingredient, it increases the power level of the spell you're using by 1.
Yeah, you don't need the ingredient.
You don't
unless
need
it's
it.
elemental.
It just basically
Yeah.
it basically increases how effective it is.
Right, and by having it level above where I am right now,
Yeah, that's
I would be. it'd be dangerous
it's
to
called
use.
it's called overcharging. So you can overcharge a spell. You can no, that's something different. Sorry, it's called.
It's an automatic mishap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and find it
Yeah.
very quickly. Grimoires
Yeah.
balance it out. What's it
What
called?
could go
What's
wrong
the
with
reference
that?
for it?
I don't know,
Chance
there's-
casting, I think.
We have a Saurian, we have Ulrich. and we
Chance
have
casting,
Kark
yeah,
all in
on
the same
page
area.
117. That's right. If you really want to, you can cast a spell at 1 rank above. However, this comes at a great risk, as you will automatically suffer a random magical mishap in this case. So, you can cast Immolate, but you're going to be rolling straight on the magical mishap table. And if you roll a 66 on that, your PC is, if it's not dead, it gets sucked into another dimension. Which
You
is
know, part
more or
of
less
me
the same.
wants to play with the miscast a little bit, but at the same time, I don't feel that this is as dire as that would require. So we have the one Saurian that's on key, and then we have the one that is between Ulrich and Kark.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got
Okay.
mine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And how far away is Key from us? Like, kind of close?
He's used to wrestling bigger things.
I mean, the way I saw it was that both Kark and Key were kind of going together through the woods. I imagine they'd just be at like near reach from each other.
Oh, okay.
So a
well,
couple of meters, 2, 3, 4 meters, something like that. Not far. So you can go to either one of them, like without any penalties or anything. It's just equally, you're kind of equidistant between the two of them, we'll say.
does anyone look like they're on the losing side of things?
Um,
Oh, and
Saurian
also,
that's being wrestled.
it's the one that that Arlek just smacked. But remember, there's two people on that one. It's been bloodied, right? That one's been hit by the hand axe. It's been bloody. It's trying to run away. The other one is basically has Kai like kind of hanging off of it, like trying to do like a WWF kind of like chokehold, and doesn't seem to be doing much. It's just kind of like they're doing circles.
Like this.
But he is holding on to it. Like it keeps trying to throw him off, and it's not able to do it. So, yeah. Probably too look like Kai needs probably a little bit more help at this stage because he's also just by himself.
Okay. I will,
Are you asking for
Kai.
a goblin's advice? Because a goblin's advice is always put the boot in.
Yeah, so what I was originally thinking of doing was coming in, shoving one of them. I have a hooked weapon, so tripping him. But then if Kai is hanging off of him, if the Saurian was to go down, that could be bad news for Kai.
I think they're already on the ground, technically.
Are they?
Probably, I don't know.
I mean, however you want to roll it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, they fall to the ground.
I think you're both on the. You're just rolling around.
Yeah, rolling around on the ground. Yeah,
You're actually having a real fight.
I've been in this situation
Would be an
before.
absolute disgrace.
with a
Do
crocodile.
I get an advantage?
It was a very large Russian guy.
Okay.
Hey,
Sorry, Charlotte. What was that?
Do I get an advantage trying to attack a downed?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go help Kai.
Okay.
Just don't hit him.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. If you fail this roll, then I'm gonna probably roll like flip a coin effectively, and see if you accidentally hit Kai, or we'll do something different. We'll do it a little bit differently, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
You can tell him to say let go.
So you're gonna get a bonus to your roll for them being prone, so you get a plus one skill dice. Just trying to find the parry the prone rules. Never there.
No, not me.
Whether it's one or two, but I'm just gonna go with one for now. Close combat attacks against opponents that are prone are modified by +2.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's helpfully under the blurb for standing up. So it's like, where's the prone rule?
That's standing up.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, so
I want to leave my book open at the combat chapter because I'm referencing it quite a lot rather than closing it. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's +2 to that.
Right, so I got a strength of 3. I have melee of 1. I'm adding 2 onto that for the +2 for a prone enemy, and then would I get an additional 2
Black
dice for
2.
my?
Yep.
Got it. RF 3B 3
G.
skill
Oh yeah. S
and 2
and
gear.
2G.
Ooh.
It's a good dice.
Oh,
pool.
nice.
Do you want to push that? You'll take at least 1 damage to your axe. There are scimitars, 2 scimitars, theoretically. which
Would
don't
it
do as much
destroy my
damage.
axe?
They never get destroyed completely. You can always fix them, even if they go down to you wouldn't be able to use it if it goes down to 0, but it's not completely broken. You can fix it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Let's push it.
Well, at a village, because you need you'll need a forge or like a blacksmith.
That's a hit right there.
That'll
Yeah.
do.
Holy mackerel! All right.
Let's see that crit.
It's not. It can't do anything against you because it's currently being held by Kai. So Kai, we're gonna say Kai sees you coming and kind of rolls and holds. Here you go, right in the belly. And I'm gonna roll for its armor now.
Smack it.
But you get 1 extra damage from your. So one of those successes does weapon damage, which is 2. Then you get an additional 2, so you're doing 4 damage to it right now. So if I don't roll well here, it's gonna potentially kill it.
It's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Thank goodness.
I did get 2 sixes.
Wow.
So it's blocked 2 of the 4 coming in, but it still takes 2. In fact, it only had 2 left.
Yes.
So tell me how do you kill this thing?
As I get running in, I see. Is it Key or Kai? I keep on fucking that one up.
Key. It's key.
Oh, I keep
see-
saying Kai. I'm sorry.
Key sees me coming out of the corner of his eye and is able to wrestle him to the side a little bit. And as I come in, I get the axe going down. The hook of the bottom of the axe digs into the side of the belly, and then as I pull, the rest of the skin across his belly opens up, spilling his intestines everywhere, and it is brutal. Some of it gets on key.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Oh god, it's everywhere. Oh, it's into my
Yeah.
mouth.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
it rolls off enough for a key to get out, and
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Thank you, Lyria.
So
you.
that's the end of this round. We're going to go to the top of the next round, but before we do, you all hear a muffled cry from a female voice coming from the direction of beyond the direction of the pond, muffled, going, "Help!" We're not rolling crit injuries, creative atrophy, for the kin. You can do that, but I tend to roll crits for PCs only, or like nemesis. Which is, I think the rules say that as well. You can if you want, but
yeah.
this combat's taking long enough as it is.
Right. So
Top of the next round. Sorry, it's Kai.
Right.
Key's turn.
key cut. I'm gonna grab my bow, and I'm gonna rush in the direction of where I heard the sound of the person shouting, "Lyria, follow me!" But I don't see if she does.
So that's one action to get up from prone. Are you're not gonna pick up your bow at all, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the bow.
So, we'll let you pick that up as you're getting up. But bear in mind, we're probably just get you standing to your feet, and then you can have
That's
whatever
fine.
you want, because you have your hatchet or your hand axe at the moment. So, unless you just want to drop your hand axe and not take it with you, there's gonna be a little bit of kind of putting things away and picking stuff up.
I don't have any hand weapons at all, so I only have my bow as my weapon.
Well,
Oh
you could
right,
get a
yeah.
scimitar pretty
Sorry,
quickly.
sorry. For some reason, you were grappling. I apologize.
Yeah. But
Scimitar.
There's a scimitar lying near you, so you could.
I have no idea how to use it. So
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
take
gonna
it anyway.
It still gives.
I'll show you.
Technically, still gives you a black gear dice to your roll, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'll just I'll still I'm not.
So
currently
yeah,
moving
if you
this,
don't want to pick
so-
it up, that's fine. You can stand up while you're picking your bow
Yep.
up, and you can move. You can take a move action as well
Yeah.
if you're not going to fuck around with anything else. So that's
No,
fine.
no,
Um,
I'm gonna move.
That means you can close the distance to the edge of the pond, so you're kind of standing near the.
I'll
near
do
the-
it so I'm within. I know that I'm going to be within sight of the rest of the party.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
just
You're not.
wander off into the woods.
No, that's fine. You're definitely within sight of everyone.
Okay, and I'll, as I'm going, or if I can, I'll knock an arrow. If not, then I won't.
All right, this yep, that's fine. I'm happy for you to knock an arrow too. That's not a big deal. I don't really mind about these things. Move action for the second Saurian to get away again. It got a 6 this time. So this one,
We have it on two sides. How's it getting away?
yeah. In fact, I'm gonna roll a negative modifier for it. That's a good point. So
Sorry.
one negative dice. She didn't get a 6, so it didn't cancel it out.
Yeah. Stay in here and you're answering questions.
No, it didn't cancel it out, so it's still
Damn it.
it's still got the 6. It manages to flee, and I guess what we can say is as Arlek whacked it with his tree branch. Arlek's not exactly like a fighter, right? He kind of
strong,
disturbed
but-
he disturbed the flow of Kark's like deadly dance, and gave it an opening to get away.
Yeah.
And it basically turns tail and starts running into the trees.
That's right, run off.
You've ruined my careful goblin martial art.
We're gonna keep the initiative order pretty much as it is for now. But what is everyone gonna do? Okay, we'll just keep it in combat mode for now because there's potentially stuff happening.
All right, so
hold on.
then I guess it's...
So before it's Harry's turn,
Mhm.
something happens. Okay. Yep. Now it's
Okay.
just
What happened?
Kark.
What's going on?
You don't hear anything.
Son
Or
of a
see
bitch.
anything. Wait, Kark, you're up. And Harry, you're frozen.
Ish.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might actually drop as well.
There
You're
he
back.
is.
Okay.
You're back.
Very well.
Harry,
I'm getting
hello?
a message that tells me that my... Yeah, hello. I'm getting a message that tells me my internet connection is unstable.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's probably it.
If you've got Twitch open, just try closing Twitch down because that might be.
I
using
do
up some
not
of-
have Twitch
Okay,
open.
then don't worry about it.
Kark is now help
Because
dice.
I could not remember my login. Okay, help dice. I don't know what that means, but fair enough. Yeah, so we're still in combat time. One Saurian is deceased, one Saurian is getting away. Is that about right?
Forget it. We're not going to stay in combat time. Just thinking about this. We'll just start narrating it a little bit. So what?
Okay.
Just tell me what you all want to do. I know.
Seems
Key has started running for the pond. What does
I'll be
everyone else want to
shortly
do?
after him.
Okay.
Um,
Are you going to pick up anything like the scimitar or anything that's on the ground?
What is my equipment at right now? Gear limit 6. I've got 5.5, and the scimitar's encumbrance 1,
normal.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I am going
Yeah.
to leave it.
Gear limit.
Alex getting a sword.
Arlek runs over to the scimitar. Yay! I have to take this. So you
Don't
can
wanna
take it.
buckle that thing on. Also, so this like little cave thing across the lake looks like it's probably pretty dark in there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some torches would help. And yeah, so I look around like, any of you have any torches?
Got pine trees.
Well, and so I reach back into my giant backpack
Okay, here we
and I
go.
start rummaging around.
Spending a
I'm
willpower
gonna
point.
I'm gonna spend 2 willpower points
Oh.
and for 2 units of torches.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he has a talent called Pack of Many Things, I think. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? And it basically means he's got this pack that has stuff that has pretty much anything you might want in it within reason.
Okay.
Yeah, like he can't pull the MacGuffin for the entire campaign out of his backpack, of course, but
No.
torches
yeah, I mean, so,
torches are certainly fine.
yeah, so this first level is limited to like 1 trade good item of a value up to 1 silver piece.
Yep. 2 units of torches are fine for 2 willpower points.
Yep.
Okay.
What about the tinderbox to start these torches on fire?
We will need tinderbox. Has anybody got a tinderbox?
Does anyone have that? Don't worry, guys. I got this. All right, and I spend another willpower point, and suddenly I have a flint and tinder.
3 willpower points well spent. You can now
Yep.
create torches. Okay.
All right, we're good, guys.
Fire sticks.
What are you doing? You gonna try and go into this cave?
I'm gonna take a run after the other two that just haired off, because
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
no idea what's going on, but
You
it
won't be.
looks like we're not taking a breather.
This would have all happened.
No.
This would have happened on the same combat round, right? Well, yeah, more or less. So you're basically right behind. We'll say Key's in the front. Lyria's like right behind him, and you're right behind Lyria. All like within a couple of meters of each other. While Arlek is going to get to arm himself, which is wise, and get some torches.
I'm going to listen to see if I can hear that voice again.
You can hear some. I mean, it's on the other side of the pond. So we're talking like 20-ish meters away, inside a cave. But you can hear like you're running as well, so you're making a bit of noise, and there's other people running with you. You can hear that there's something going on inside the cave, but you can't quite tell what it is.
Okay. I guess I'm going to run into the stream, pond, or whatever it is to get to the other side of the cave.
Yeah. So the cave is kind of the pond kind of spills out of the cave, if you will. So there's no
Right.
like path that goes, a dry path that goes up. So you're gonna have to like kind of splash
fine.
into it to get in.
Okay.
But that's fine. You kind of go as close as you can on dry land, splash in. It goes up to kind of your shins. It's not particularly deep here, and then you're stooping down to go into the cave.
I'll wait just outside the cave because I can't see into the cave.
That's wise. Okay.
But I will have
And
my
you
arrow
can-
notched and
Lyria
aiming
comes
into
up
the
right
cave.
behind you, and then Kark right behind her. Are any of you wanting to go? None of you can see in the dark. Oh no, sorry. Kark can see in the dark. He's got night vision.
Yep. I gotta tell you, I'm so relieved to be out of this daylight.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this. I'm quite happy for you to have a free pair of like goggles or like sunglasses, because theoretically, when you're out in the sunlight, it hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
But we'll think. I'll let you think about that for later. We're just gonna brush.
I
over
want a
that for now.
cowboy hat.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a-
Yes. Look, it's
How
practical.
about a straw hat?
I mean, a leather brimmed cap. Why not? Sure.
Yeah, some kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I'm
a
not sure how
present
practical
from
that.
Kai.
I'm not sure how practical it would be to keep to like prevent the sun from blinding you, kind of.
How about maybe I made Kark a pair of traditional sunglasses that the sun you
Oh, yeah,
David
the kind
Wood
of are like a
slits in.
half a nutshell.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure in the errata from the first to the second edition, goblins were reworked a little.
They were.
Like
Yeah.
they changed their talent and stuff, and I think they took out the bit about them being damaged. But
It
I'm not
doesn't
100%
say-
sure on that.
I think you're
So
probably right.
here on the character sheet, when I hover over my talent Kin Nocturnal,
Yeah.
I
I put it
get
all
a
in there from.
tip which says that it hurts my eyes, but it has no mechanical information.
Yeah. It just says goblins prefer the night and hate daylight, which hurts their eyes. This is from the second
Yeah.
edition update.
It's uncomfortable.
So
They can
yeah,
see in the
so-
dark. So that's why meaning more is like it might make
It's
sense
like-
for you to have some sort of cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
But
yes.
anyway.
So it's not a mechanical effect. It's just a reason to have a cool hat.
Yeah.
And or weird sunglasses.
Anyway, we're got 20 minutes left on the stream, so
Yeah, so let's not talk about this.
so you can. So the
Um,
point is, you don't need to wait for a torch to see what's going on inside. So what do you
What
want to
can
go
you see
straight in, or
inside?
what do you want to do?
Bingo bongo. Yes, I want to go inside. I want to go inside immediately. It's a cave. I'm a goblin. That's how it is.
And you're a fighter goblin too. So
I know Kark can see in the dark, so I'll let him
Cave,
go first.
cave.
Not much of
Get
a
me
fighter.
inside that drippy grotto.
okay, you step into the cave, and what you see is that there's a stream. It's a kind of it opens up into a, like, you have to crouch down a little bit, but there is just a big kind of cave room opening in front of you, and the stream that you see, there's a stream going out into the pond that goes along the right hand side, your right hand side as you're facing it, to the back of the cave where it's coming out. It looks like it's coming out of somewhere in the cave wall where it's trickling out from some other source. To your left, you see a Saurian who has a bandage, a kind of very rough, like survival type bandage made of like stuff you would find in the forest.
Moss.
Yep. Kind of strapped to its head, so it's kind of like on the side of its head here. It has its scimitar drawn, and it's standing with the scimitar at the throat of a woman who's looking filthy and tired and scared. To your left, so near the Saurian, bound are two other people. One is a halfling woman, and one is a big barrel of a man. They can't see you, but they can see that someone stepped into the cave because the light has just changed.
Yeah, could have been sneaky, but too late for that now.
And when it sees you, the woman gives out a little, like, kind of cry that gets cut off, like you imagine as the blade is like just kind of pressed a bit tighter up against her throat, and the Saurian hisses at you, "Stop there, No closer. You can also see as you're kind of taking this in that there's also a hole in the floor, right at the back of the cave, not particularly close to where this Saurian is. And another thing that you notice is that there are small holes, kind of like it's kind of hard to tell. Like there are small holes in the wall of the back of the cave as well.
Like natural holes or artificial holes?
Like it's artificial looking a bit. It's hard to tell without examining them a bit closer. But think of like Emmentaler cheese, Swiss cheese type of holes.
Well, that doesn't occur naturally in limestone.
Different sizes as well, but yeah. You'd first thought it was just the texture of the rock, but as you're kind of in there a little bit longer, you can kind of see that that's the case.
The D&D and Pathfinder player in me is like, well, that's obviously an arrow in the wall trap.
A bit bigger than that, but yeah. Anyway, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna yell at Saurian and just be like, "Your only chance. Your meat. Give us the people. I want the long legs. Give them back."
Okay. While this is happening, Arlek is probably just closing the distance now with a lit torch.
Yeah.
You go ahead and roll me a D8 as well for that.
Yep.
If you get a 1 or a 2, it's going to go down to a D6.
We're good.
Okay.
I genuinely did not think we had any languages in common with these things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. So you say that. It doesn't seem to. I mean, it's cornered. You cannot have it. It's mine. Leave or I kill it. I kill them all.
All right. Well, I tried diplomacy once. He can't possibly kill them all before I can get to him. So, the cave's not that big. So I'm going to sprint towards him to attack him.
Jeez.
You wouldn't wait until the rest of us are there to back you up and make your threats a little bit more viable?
Nope.
Okay.
That's not what he's doing.
I kind of want to keep the initiative order that we've already rolled, rather than doing that all again. So
It's probably faster.
it's gonna pull its sword across the scimitar across the woman's throat as you go running in, and then drop her as blood starts splurting from her throat. And then it's gonna take its so that's a slow action. It's gonna take its move action to grab the next one next to it and pull him up. It's the man. And then you're on him.
Excellent.
Move to close. That's your fast action.
Fast action and slow action is attacking, right?
Mm-hmm. It's not quite got his scimitar to the man's like throat or anything. He's just kind of grabbing him, and the man's kind of like that as well.
Good. I hope he's at a
Do you wanna-
disadvantage.
do you wanna push that?
Because he's yes. Didn't do much. Anyway, the Saurian should be at a disadvantage for having one arm occupied and trying to haul around a big beefy fella.
Well, it's not dodging.
Make this dramatic, Matt.
This is its armor I'm rolling. Nothing else. Doesn't do anything, so you do 2 damage to it. Okay. You hear all this from the entrance to the cave, including Kark going rushing in. You hear like the woman go like, I mean, just you can kind of guess that something bad is happening inside. So, Lyria and Key, you're kind of right there.
Yep.
I mean, we'll kind of finish the. I'm just looking at the combat round. I think we'll say that was the first round done now, right?
Yep.
We'll go to the top of the next round now. We'll say that Arlek is standing with you, as well.
Mhm.
So what do you want to? What are you gonna do? Key, you're at the top of the round.
I'm gonna basically go with Arlick in with my bow raised and drawn, and as soon as I go
Okay,
in,
so you're gonna have to wait.
light.
We can flip initiative if you want.
Oh yeah, we can, can't we?
Between you, so you can have Arlick go now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
you take my
take my
initiative. I'll
9.
take yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So we.
That's cool.
I forgot about that rule.
I did.
That's
as
a
well.
good rule.
I did as well. Yeah. Okay, so Arlick, you gonna step in?
Yeah. So I'd step into the cave, and I have the light, the torch. I have a scimitar in my right hand.
Okay.
Um,
You instantly recognize Garmelda.
yeah.
The cavern. The caravan leader, lying
Yeah.
on the floor, bleeding out. You see Olaf, who's Oleg's brother, being dragged to his feet by the Saurian, while Kark is kind of hacking at the Saurian. And Lilla, the halfling, is basically trying to get to her feet to get away.
Yeah.
Even though she's bound, like her ankles and her hands are bound.
Yeah.
Sensible.
Oh, that's rough. And pretty low
She's
on my
gonna have a
empathy.
tough time.
Pretty low on my empathy here. So I think how does that affect me? So I go in. I already have the sword in hand. I think seeing Garmelda on the ground, like I think I'd rush. I'd rush at the Saurian, with the sword raised.
Okay.
Like, murder, son of a bitch. Yeah, I think that's where we are.
Okay. Yep. So give me a melee attack. There's a lot of things coming up that I didn't check the rules for in advance. Like if
You're welcome.
If you are, do you get a bonus for ganging up on people? For example?
I don't think so.
I don't
The only
remember seeing
bonus
one.
is
That
from
doesn't
the
seem
action
right.
economy.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
remember.
no, because the bonus is from the action economy, right? You only have so many actions. If you use them all in reactions, then you have none left, and then
No, what I mean is if there are two of you against that one, does that give you a bonus to your attack as a gang up?
right.
thing?
And
But-
what I'm saying is not directly, because the bonus is that the thing you're attacking only has so many reactions, so it can't defend itself at some point.
Right,
Um,
right.
sort of
It's
kind
being
of like
attacked by
what-
multiple people. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
Rod was talking about in Mithras. Okay,
It's very subtle.
that's 2 successes, and I'm stabbing it.
Ooh.
You're what it? Sorry.
I'm stabbing it.
Okay. Yeah, and that you add an additional damage to that too. It's not going to try and run away. It's going to roll its God. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You stab it to death.
Olaf is fucked.
Arlick to the rescue.
I mean, that's
How do you-
that's 4
how do you do it?
damage. Yeah, I mean, so you had heard it, Kark. I imagine it's trying to lift up Olaf, and it's getting him ready. It kind of gets hit by Kark, and then I kind of come through and using the point of the scimitar, I just jab it into its neck. And I feel like I'm trembling as I'm doing it, and just like sort of growling at this point. And yeah, this is not the best you've seen Arlick. As he puts this thing down.
Looks pretty good to me.
All right. Well done. So that's our first combat finish. You're all alive. So well done in the first instance. Yeah. Okay. So that's happened. Kind of as you stab the Saurian, it obviously lets go of Olaf, who kind of collapses to the floor. And then he kind of looks up at you, and he says, "Are the others dead? Arlick, is that really you? I never would have guessed.
I'm here, and just and like I say to Kark, like, look after him, and like I go down toward Garmelda, and I imagine she's dead by now, or mostly.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll say she's still alive.
Yeah, and so
It takes it a while for you to bleed out in the rules in a certain number of turns.
yeah, and so I start like tearing at my sleeve with the idea that I'm going to use it as like a bandage or something, and I'm like,
You want to?
this isn't what I meant.
Somebody's neck.
and like, yeah, so like as I'm tearing it, I'm just saying like, this isn't what I meant. This isn't what I wanted to happen. And so that's what he's doing.
You kind of guess that she probably heard the words, but she dies very, very soon after. I rolled for the number of turns with a slit throat, and it's d6 turns, and I rolled a 2, so that would have been right about now.
Okay.
Okay. You hear Lilla's voice from behind. In fact, you all hear a halfling's voice from behind saying, "You get these fucking ropes off me."
I'll go and grab her and take the ropes off.
You know what we should do?
She goes running over, sobbing, and starts kicking the dead Saurian. Fucking monster!
We should build a big fire and burn them all.
And she stops. She stops kicking it suddenly, points a finger at the hole in the floor just beyond you, and says, "Did you hear something?"
No. I mean, actually, I think Arlec's not even paying attention. He's just looking at the body.
I'm contemplating what cut I should get.
I draw my bow again at the arrow of the.
None of you heard anything. And then she starts. Lilla starts backing away again, and she says, "We've been in this cave for I don't know how long, a day, I guess, with the sun coming through the entrance. We've heard noises coming from the back of the cave. I can see now with your torch that there's a hole in the floor there. I think there's something down there."
Any of you came here from the caravan?
Just the three of us.
I'll turn to
What was that? Sorry?
I look at Lyria. I kind of go to interrupt her, but then I just look at her and go, sorry. And I'll take a step back.
Yeah, I'll look at my companion and say, if this is everyone, I don't care what the hell is in that cave. Let's get the fuck out of here. We've done what we've come to do.
I like this cave.
You can stay.
Cock.
Hey, this could be your first stronghold. As if you would have
We
multiple
should all live
strongholds.
in this cave together.
No.
Look, it's got water. And holes.
You can stay
There could be
here
a
if you
lost
like.
city
I
down
won't
that
stop
hole.
you.
You never know.
You never know.
Are you an adventurer even?
Have you played Skyrim?
Yeah. I thought that's what that was when you got up earlier.
Oh, finally, you're awake.
So, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, Lilla is now bending over Olaf and, like, getting his restraints off, his ropes off that are binding him. And as soon as they're off, she's not really saying anything. She's just, like, pulling him towards the cave entrance.
Okay.
If she's been in there for more than a day bound, then she's probably not keen to stay in there longer than she has to. She throws
Probably
a
needs to
glance
share.
back before they get out of the cave and says, "We've got to do something about Garmelda. Bury her."
Yeah.
We should burn her. It's the only
And,
way to be sure.
And I think
Oh yeah.
Arlec gets up,
Should.
and you can see, I think especially with his wits lowered like this, he's not really controlling himself. And like he has, like, there are tears on his face. And And he looks over at Lilla and he just nods, just shakes his head, and goes to help with Olaf.
I'll help with taking the body out and burying it, and consoling poor Arlek.
So while you're doing that, who's still in the cave?
I'm going to leave the cave with the rest of them.
Okay. So just before you're
The corpse that we left by the pond is where I want to go.
just before that happens, you all hear a noise from the back of the cave. And I guess as you look, you see very briefly a pair of eyes looking at you from the hole in the ground. And you're not quite able to tell what it is because they're basically, it notices that you're looking and then it just disappears back down the hole. Humanoid, not human. None of you've seen anything like it before. Not goblin. And you couldn't say more than that. You could see tufts of hair, pale skin, but
It's a Morlock.
nothing more than that. Literally just like the eyes. Like if this is the floor of the cave, just the eyes, and then it kind of went down. But you're all sure that you saw it.
Let's go, everyone. Let's get out of here. I do not want to see what that is. We have people to save. We have them. Let's go.
They might have money.
Well, we could just
Weapons.
We know where this is now.
They might be
We
money.
can come back.
We can come
We're
back.
hurting ourselves.
All right.
I agree, and I'm feeling a little bit tender.
I'm fine. I don't. It was shady. Let's get under those trees.
Okay. So you're leaving the cave. You're not gonna go down the hole. Just
Maybe.
checking.
I'm
I mean,
Maybe
out.
just go
I
just
want
to the
to.
outside of the cave for now.
I want to go back to the dead Saurian.
Saurian.
At the edge of the pond, because I'm looking to get myself some chuck steak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a scimitar also that's lying next to the one inside the cave.
I may help myself to that now.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll figure out what's happening with everything. We need to kind of polish this up now.
Yeah.
So, well done on your first combat again, and yeah, we're gonna have a quick look at the time board because this combat didn't take a huge amount of time, but we can basically when we start the next session, we'll be thinking about what you want to be doing. It's still technically coming like the end of the daytime, so you'll have like the rest of this quarter to kind of try and think about what you're doing, and then there'll be a new quarter coming up as we're getting into the evening. So yeah, thank you everyone who stayed and watched.
Yeah, thanks.
And left comments. That was
Wait,
really.
did anybody
really fun.
actually?
Yeah, people
yeah.
were leaving.
Yep.
People were leaving comments all the way through. Yeah, we had.
Okay.
I think I've seen like 4 or 5 different people commenting. So. Yeah.
If you are watching on Twitch right now and you haven't done it yet, hit the heart at the top of the screen to follow. So next time we go live, you will be able to see and get notified when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really helpful actually for the channel too. So.
Yep.
Please do that. Cool. Yeah. Any questions from anybody watching? I guess is the one thing.
Yeah. How do you close out
Thanks,
these
Tony.
live streams? I haven't watched many live streams.
I'll stop streaming at some point.
Just just whenever.
Cool. All right. Any questions from the 4 of you?
No, I don't think so.
So
I
I
think
mean,
about
that's,
an hour ago I had a question, but I don't remember it anymore.
just so you're well aware of how this works. Those were not technically monsters. There's a different class of enemy in Forbidden Lands called monsters. They're a lot harder. I didn't particularly go for balance. I wanted to do something a little bit easy so we could just kind of flex how the rules work altogether. So just be aware, most combats aren't going to be like that. Most combats are going to be a bit more deadly. most of the time. Depends on the situation, of course.
I mean, that definitely felt dangerous enough.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I could have thrown more Saurians at you initially. You know, I could have. There could have been like a bog octopus in the pond or something. I could have done all sorts of crazy stuff, right? But the point was, again, we're trying to do this as like a teaching how the rules work as we're going, and slowly kind of ratcheting up the difficulties of stuff. So that's it. There's not gonna be any more simple combats. Just be aware, like everything's like I'm taking the training wheels off from here, for balance purposes.
Oh, shit. Best go actually read the rules then.
And yeah, things like if you get your strength knocked down to 0, you roll critical wounds and you could die.
Yeah.
If you on 2 results on any of the tables, so it's pretty brutal. You don't really want that to happen. So
That's why we're here, though.
yeah. And how many of you have got willpower now? Actually, just have a quick.
I'm down to
I got one.
But
I'm down to 1.
But everyone's got 1 at least now. So
Yeah.
this is kind of where it starts getting a little bit different. Like when you start a campaign, you haven't got any. It's kind of yeah, that first combat where you're kind of like, ugh, I really wish I had something right now I could spend.
Yep. It was very helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah. Cool. Rodders asks, will Harry have more goblin curse words prepared for next session?
Let's hope
I
so.
will write a list.
Homework. Good. Okay, so just a reminder of what's coming up next. We're gonna still be doing this once a month, this session. So unfortunately, it's not like every week or anything like that. That's just because it's hard for us to all come together more often. But in 2 or maybe 3 weeks, I'll be doing another tavern talk with whichever of you 4 can make it at the same time. It's gonna also be on a Sunday, like basically the same time, and we'll see who can make it. So that's what's gonna be coming up next. And there'll be other content on this stream. We're going to be one thing I guess to give a quick shout out to is Twilight 2000 was just announced recently from Free League, and I've been in touch with Tomas from Free League, and he's given the okay for us to run a Twilight 2000 game on this channel. So we're going to be looking at doing that. Ed is going to be running it because Ed has actually run the original back in the 90s.
It was a long time ago.
And I'm quite excited about that. So we'll see. I don't know how it's probably good. It's not going to be able to be on Sunday because Ed can't do more than 1 Sunday a month. So it's going to be on a Thursday, and I don't know how many of I know Charlotte and Eric, you're in North America, so that's not going to be ideal timing wise midweek for you. So we might have a different cast coming in. I don't know yet. I haven't gone that far yet. We need to first find out what we're doing. How many players Ed wants to have, who's available, etc. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Also in this coming Thursday, so in like 4 days, both Ed and myself are going to be interviewing Tomas. I've asked Ed to come along because Ed obviously, I don't know nothing about Twilight 2000. Ed does, so it'd be good to have somebody in that interview to also talk about changes that were made, and I guess to geek out with Tomas a bit about previous campaigns and stuff. So
Just a little bit.
yeah, so that's gonna be coming up this Thursday, same sort of time. Oh no, actually it's a bit earlier, so it's gonna be an hour earlier than normal. But yeah, if you've hit the follow button, then you can kind of get updates on when that's gonna happen.
And you should.
I can see in the talk everyone's talking about Twilight.
Yeah. So yeah, and then more stuff will be coming up probably over time, and we'll see. This is kind of all a bit new. So the channel's not been around that long when we had it on YouTube originally, brand new to Twitch as well. So there's a little bit of change with how that works. But the other thing I wanted to say is I've set time aside every Thursday and Sunday. I've got permission from my wife, so I'm going to be trying to stream every Thursday and Sunday on this channel. And if I don't have role-playing game content organized, I might be doing a video game. If it's going to be a video game, I'll try and pick one because I have a huge number of games in my Steam library, over 1,000. So I'll try and pick something that's related to one of the Free League titles.
You truly overestimate how much time you have.
Yeah, but sitting down, I don't need any prep for playing a video game. I just need to fire up a stream and jump in there, right? So
right.
The point is, I need to make the time for the stream to make sure stuff is happening. So I'm happy to do that. I'd be surprised if anybody watches that, but I just kind of want to mention it anyway. I don't know when that'll be happening, but anyway, if you hit the follow button, you'll be alerted for any time that there's going to be something going live, and if you want to jump in, you can. So that's it. So, yeah. Thank you very
Thanks,
much, everyone.
Twitch.
And I don't know how
there
to.
you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think that's us. So, I don't know. Charlotte, I need to ask you this question. When can I hit the stop streaming button? Do I need to leave it like 5 seconds?
No, whenever you're done.
Okay. We're gonna try it. So I'm done now. I'm gonna hit the stop streaming button. So
Yeah,
Bye.
Charlotte.
bye everyone.
What's a sassy thing to say?
Yes.
Kill all goblins.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh. There we go.
Tune in
Gosh,
next time.
Yes, we need to die. We're terrible.
Tune in next time when Lyria actually uses her first willpower point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spells,
yeah, I
right? You
should have
use
remembered
spells,
that
right?
last
I'm
fight.
sure you do.
Yeah,
Cool.
Arlek, hand me your torch.
Goddamn battle wizard.
Uh,
Making us all look bad.
We need a catchphrase. Yeah, we do. We'll come up with
Mm.
one maybe. Maybe. All right. Layers.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wash your hands. Bye.